Hello and welcome to MGP272. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, there's Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 Hello. How are we all on this really, really painfully cold Wednesday evening?
It's not cold, it's too hot in here.
It's
I'm wearing a jumper.
incredibly cold. We need to turn the heating up in the house high enough so that it keeps me warm out here in the garage. Because I am so cold.
It's so warm.
It's only the 4th of October and I am freezing my testicles off, sat out here in the garage.
You know what you should do? You should open the garage door,
It
reverse
says
your
13
car up.
degrees. How are you cold?
Because it's
Reverse
really
your
cold.
car up to the garage slot, put the engine on and sit behind it and do the podcast while your car engine
I've
runs.
tried doing that before. My videos weren't very good.
Well, you're just really drowsy.
Yeah, it just got a bit weird towards the end. I couldn't release them. But it's so cold. I need someone to lend me a house, or like what I need is like one of those summer house things for the garden that's got insulation and walls and a ceiling and a heater and all of those things.
Why don't you buy some of those gloves where you snap that thing and it goes really hot and you wear them and it keeps you warm?
I've got them on my buttocks at the
It'll
moment.
keep your hands warm.
Yeah, I've got those heat pads that you get for back pain strapped to my thighs to try and keep me warm.
You haven't. You're so silly.
I'm not going to get any thigh pain, that's for sure. Unless I become addicted to heat pads, and as soon as I take them off, my legs snap. Is that how they work?
You could find that you might take them off and you'll find you've burnt a hole through your leg and they just fall straight off.
That's a worry. Luckily, I've got some of the cooling pads as well, so if I put them on the other side, it'll average out.
Yeah,
I've just got to decide which side of my body I
You
want to
might
keep
get-
warm.
But what if the middle starts to storm and you end up getting struck by lightning?
This might be how I get my superpowers. This is where it all starts.
That's what the Flash did, wasn't it?
Yeah. Experimenting with muscle ache medicine.
He summarised it as doused in chemicals, but actually it was just deep heat and deep cold, or whatever it's called, deep freeze.
Heat and an ice pack.
He
I mean,
just-
do you
he
reckon
just
anyone's
sprayed
ever done
two
that?
directions.
That seems like the craziest thing ever. Deep heat with an ice pack over the top. Your leg wouldn't know what to do with it. I might do that later as a dare, just to see what happens. Am I going to sweat or shiver or
do
both?
Do it on YouTube and call it flashing.
I don't have a channel I can put rubbish like that on anymore. Now the vlog channel is a respectable autism channel. Accidentally, it seems to have become one, and the gaming channel is a gaming channel. I don't have anywhere I can just put stupid nonsense anymore. I've now come full circle and need a actual vlog for me again, for me to put my nonsense on.
Maybe it's time for me to step in and do the Sheepdog channel where you can just come along and do stupid things, or
You should do
Don't
that.
encourage him.
You should do that. I've got to eat these chilies this week. I promised people that if they bought me a computer, I'd eat the chilies, and the chilies are still sat on my desk nearly 2 weeks after the computer arrived. So
you're a monster.
at some point, I've got to pluck up the courage to eat my Reaper chilies, my Carolina Reaper chili peppers, the world's hottest chili pepper that I have to wear gloves to take out of the bag.
Yeah. Oh, make sure you got some milk at hand.
I'm going to have milk, ice cream, paramedics, the works.
Steve Pete.
Yeah, I assume this is how it ends.
Why don't you eat one of them whilst wearing an ice pack and spraying deep heat?
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking if I just rub these over my body now, do you reckon that'll warm me up?
Yeah? Well, then you could do the ice pack to counterbalance it, I suppose.
Yeah, so a layer of deep heat, a Carolina Reaper chili, an ice pack, wrap it all in a bandage, and then sit in an ice bath with a hot water bottle.
That's probably how Firestorm become a hero or something, isn't it?
Yeah, this has got legs. We're going to go for this. We'll get this set up. This is what we can do at Play Expo in just a week's time. We're there both days. It's going to be great. Come along and see us and shake our hands and see if we can beat our record for people who said hello to us at EGX, which I haven't actually counted how many it was, but it was a personal best at
lot.
EGX. We want to beat that record at Play Expo. And even if you don't want to come to Play Expo, if you just want to come for a meal with us, we're going to Red's True Barbecue in Manchester on a Saturday night. If you want to go to that, head over to my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/LaLujoFM. And there's an event on there that you can just sign up for and say, yeah, I want to come to that. And I'll make sure there's enough table space for you. And that will be grand. So we've plugged everything now. Everything's plugged. Let's talk about some video games, because we haven't talked about video games for a little while, because we had EGX last week. I think we had a week off before that. So we've got like 3 weeks of games that we've played and haven't talked about. One of which is a little game called FIFA 18, which is rather good this year, isn't it, Pab?
It's same as every other FIFA to me.
You moron.
I don't know about you.
You know full well it's not. The fending has changed massively. It's now impossible to tackle, which is great for me because it means I can finally dribble a little bit because no one can tackle me. So that's a massive bonus. Defending is just completely broken. I'm having 6-6 draws all over the place.
Really? Because I'm getting 0-0 draws.
You should learn to score some goals,
Right. I've got the Switch version.
So you haven't even got real FIFA.
So
yours is
I'm
probably
curious to see
FIFA 15
how different it is.
Something on there, presumably. It's not going to be real FIFA, is it?
That's what I think. I don't understand. I don't know because I've not played a FIFA since 15, so I don't know.
So that's why you're saying it feels the same because it's FIFA 15 ported to the Switch from 18 on the box.
I played 17 a bit last year on the trial on games in EA Access, but I honestly don't know. I'm curious to see what you think next week when you can play the Switch version and see what you think, because I really don't know. I find I'm struggling. I find tackling not too difficult.
How on earth do you? I don't even know how you can control it on the Switch. There's not enough buttons, surely.
Yes, it's exactly the same. The button layout is exactly the same as a regular controller.
I don't understand.
It's exactly the same buttons. Yeah.
I don't think the Switch has enough buttons.
You can play it two-player. Yeah, it does. Yeah. But I don't know. It seems all right from what I've played of it, the Switch version.
I'll be the judge of that. But no, defending is a bit broken, but that suits me down to the ground. Dribbling is a lot more fun now. I can actually do that now. But the biggest innovation on FIFA 18, which is part of Ultimate Team, and it's the new Squad Battles feature on Ultimate Team, which means there's finally a way to play Ultimate Team without even having to go online. Playing in the Squad Battles thing, where basically you play against other people's Ultimate Teams, but the AI is controlling them, and you get 4 a day that you can check in and play, and then you get a certain number of points for beating them, and then your points add up at the end of the week, and that's traded in for packs and coins and stuff that you can then spend on the rest of your team. And it's a really, really great feature on the game that's got me going on there every day to play my 4 games to get my points so that I can get my coins and whatnot at the end of the week and my little packs. And I think it's a really massive, really cool addition to the game that makes Ultimate Team accessible for lumbering buffoons like me who aren't capable of going online without having our behinds handed to us. So if you've never tried Ultimate Team before, now is the year to try it. And as Kev is proving on his YouTube channel, it's quite possible to play it and put together a good team without having to spend any money on it, because that was always my big thing that stopped me wanting to play Ultimate Team. The fact that I assumed you had to spend a load of money on it to buy packs and whatnot, but I've got a good Premier League team and a good La Liga team that I've put together without spending a penny, just through, like I say, maybe an hour a day since the game came out on EA Access. And it's quite possible to do. It's loads of fun. FIFA 18 has got me hooked. I'm playing it more than Football Manager at the moment, which is a problem. I need to play some more Football Manager so I can make my videos. So play Ultimate Team, Pab. Play Ultimate Team.
I want to. I need you to physically show me how to do it, because I don't understand it.
I made a video called How to Play Ultimate Team. Try watching that.
I know, but you make a lot of videos.
I do. They're all great, aren't they? You watch all of them.
Some are all right.
They're all great, aren't they?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Thank you. Everyone should watch all of them.
Yes.
Agreed.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, especially to the vlog channel, because that's now the main channel, apparently. But that's it. I've played that and Football Manager. Now I can go and sit down, smoke my pipe, and leave you lot to talk about whatever games you've been playing over the last 3 weeks. Who wants to kick things off? Anna, you've been playing that Divinity game.
Yeah.
What's it called? Divinity 2? Or Divinity Original Sin 2 or something? Is that it?
Something like that. Yeah.
Tell me all about it, because this is the reason I had to buy a new PC.
There's not really anything to say. I don't really know because I'm getting annoyed with it. I don't know how to play it. I don't really know what's going on. This is the trouble. The first one, I didn't know how to play it, so I left it for 3 years and then went back to it and then know how to play it.
Well, doesn't this one play like the first one?
It does, but because you're bound basically, and you can't do anything the stuff you could do before, and it's wrecking me because the person that I was supposed to talk to, well, one of the people I could talk to about helping me, died, and I didn't realise I talked to him until he died, and then I went a few more hours, and now I don't really want to go back, so I'm just limping through it at the moment. I have seen things where it says after 15 hours you must start again because then you'll know how to play it. So I think I'm at that stage at the moment because I just don't know what to do.
Games that are like that are so stupid.
Yeah, why would you design it like that?
I don't know.
Is it because it's only a 20-hour game, so they're saying restart after 15 hours?
That's not a 20-hour game, I guarantee you.
Game.
This is a 100+ hour game.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm trying to work out how to work it, but it's not like before. There's a lot to learn, and I don't really have the time to learn it. So, but I'll just keep plugging away. Maybe start again at some point.
Are they bringing it out on console at some point? It's just on PC at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been in early access for about a year. Then it officially came out, I think, last week before maybe, and so now it's out. I don't know what I'm doing half the time.
I think the first one came out on consoles eventually, didn't it?
I had it on Xbox.
Yeah.
For ages.
I imagine it will.
Yeah. So I'm just playing on this now. We'll see where we get to. But I'm not holding out. It's good, it's pretty, and it's got all the fangy dangly, because I got Pillars of Eternity, I think it's called.
Yeah.
The one that came out a few weeks ago, and I hated it. I hated it with a passion, because I thought it was like Divinity, but on consoles, and I hated it. It was just a lot of reading. Like, at least, like, this one has reading, but it's fully voice acted. And that's what I like. I like the fact that I don't have to read every single word. I can, like, read along. So that's good. And it's just pretty. And it's really nice. Whereas that other game was not... I didn't enjoy it as much. So, I sold it and got back what I paid for it. Because apparently people want the game. So I bought this one instead. And I'll just carry on going through it. I can't say it's a bad game. Can't really say if it's a good game because I'm still trying to work it out. But if you like the first one, I believe you will like this one. It's just, I don't know where to go. It pains me a little bit. I don't know what to do.
Splendid. What have you two rascals been playing then?
I've got a review copy of the Lego Ninjago movie game, which is a bit of a mouthful. And I've been playing it with my 4-year-old, nearly 5-year-old. It says it's for 7+, but I was like, it's Lego. I figured he might find it a bit difficult, but like with Sonic, he's blown me away with how good he is at it. He's been doing the bosses while I've been collecting all the bits, which I thought would be the other way around. Yeah, it's quite fun. I like the comedy of it. Like all the Lego stuff. This just makes me want to go and see the film. I already wanted to from the adverts, but it's just like all of them really cool. Lots of all the other Lego games I've played didn't have like shooting levels where we're flying around in Lego airships, shooting other airships and monsters from the sky and stuff. And I can't remember the guy's name, Gargadam or something, the bad guy. He's attacking cities, and then we're flying around shooting him down, and we've got robots that we can fight in as well and stuff like that. It's quite cool. I mean, I was watching it thinking, I wish this existed when I was a kid, because this is like saying this is how you should be playing Lego. You know, this is imaginative. This is awesome. Do it. Yeah, I really recommend it for anyone with young kids who would be into it. I know you said you're a bit tired of the Lego games now, Anna, because obviously you've had to play a lot of them. But no, this seems cool. It's a bit different from some of the other ones I've played. When I reviewed it, I was saying that I didn't really care for the Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and what's the other one? I didn't like the Jurassic Park one. The only ones I've really enjoyed have been I played the Lego Movie one, the hero ones, like Batman and Marvel, and this one seems more in line with them. I've really enjoyed it.
Splendid.
Good. I was going to drop a microphone there to let you know I was done. Review done.
Well, just bang the table or something, then we'll know. And then we have Pab, who's a Cuphead, apparently, has been playing this terrible cartoon game.
Get lost. This is amazing. This
it looks
is
rubbish.
so good.
You even stood there in the queue asking me to film it, and I refused because it looked so rubbish.
Oh no,
it looks
doesn't.
rubbish. It looks amazing.
I don't know what you're saying, Kevin.
Thank you, Anna.
He doesn't like the old style graphics, does he, or something? But he is wrong. It does look cool.
It looked like a puzzly platforming nonsense thing.
It looks rock hard.
Yeah,
rock hard?
therefore it's stupid.
It's insanely difficult. It's more of a boss rush game where you basically just go, you run around and open like a level like a hub world where you select a level and you are fighting a boss who has like several phases in him, and you have 3, sometimes 4 hit points depending if you put the abilities into certain things, skill points in, and it is insanely difficult. But I can't get angry at it. I can get angry at it only for a little time because I just like watching it. I like looking at the animation. I like the music in it. The whole everything about it is just so cool. What else can I say about it? It's not. As they're saying, it can be done in about 8 hours. I guarantee I won't do it in 8 hours. It'll take about 20 hours to beat this game. It's the game involves you, like I said, doing these boss battles to then get onto the next island. But you have to. There's like 2 options in when you select the levels: there's simple and regular. And the objective of the game is to get soul contracts for the devil, because you make a bet with the devil on a craps table in a casino, and you lose.
We've all been there.
Yeah, it happens. So the Cuphead and Mugman are offered a chance to go and collect souls, collect contracts for these other. That's why you go and do all these boss battles, and then you get all the different abilities and different weapons and different like super abilities and different perks and stuff like that. But you can only get them by going to the shop. Now to get the coins for the shop, you have to do run and gun levels, which are more where you platformer based levels. So there are some of them spread out across the hub world sort of thing, where you have to go and collect the coins, but they're stupidly difficult as well. They're not just easy running. Sometimes the run gun levels are harder than the other levels. And there are also some varying boss levels as well, where you are in a little plane. So they do vary the action up, where you've got like some sort of plane levels where you've got to go in a little plane and shoot them and do the same sort of thing with a boss, and then you've got the standard ones, which are just platforming levels, and then you've got the boss battle ones, and then there's surprisingly a number of different things to it. And the bosses are incredibly inventive. They're really, really inventive. But yeah, I love it. It's a cool game. It's insanely difficult. I think I am nearly 40% of the way through the game. And I've come to a point where I can't beat any of the other bosses now. I've come to a sticking point where I cannot beat anyone. And it's driving me insane. I had the same issue on Sunday where I couldn't beat anyone. And then yesterday, I think I went back on it and beat a boss straight away. So it could be one of the games where the more you play it, the worse you get at it. you need to sometimes you just step away, have a minute, come back to it later on, and get back on with it. And you might do it straight away. But yeah, I recommend this to anyone. I've got it on the Windows Marketplace. Maybe it's because it's Play Anywhere with Xbox, so it'll play across both of them. It's on Steam, it's on Xbox, it's on GOG, Humble, wherever else, most PC retailers, sort of thing. So yeah, go and get it. It's great. No, you're not convinced?
Boss battles, not interested.
I wasn't expecting you to be convinced, to be honest with you, Kev.
How much is it, Pab?
15 quid.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, really. Good price. Yeah.
I'm just thinking I could do with another platform.
It's not. It's primarily not a platform at all. Like
Right.
I said, there are probably maybe half a dozen platforming levels. The majority of the levels are boss rush levels where you've got to just fight a boss immediately.
No, that's fine. I mean, I suddenly thought I listened to everything he said there, and then it sounds like I didn't. No, I understand that it's bosses.
Yeah.
Is it suitable for playing alongside a younger kid
No.
who's probably better at games than I am?
Maybe then, if you're young and he's probably better in games at you, then maybe. But it is insanely difficult. And people have said that it can be a bit more confusing when people do co-op, because you can play local co-op. But people have said it can be a little confusing at times, because you sometimes it's just frantic jumping around and shooting and what have you, and you can get muddled up with characters and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm playing it solo, so it could be an issue. But I recommend it to anyone. If you want a challenge, then definitely go for this.
I think I'm not looking for a challenge yet. Life's hard enough.
Yes, indeed, Sheepdog. Indeed, it is.
Splendid. What other games have we got then?
Where are we now? Go on, Sheepdog.
No, I was going to say, I think of newish, relevant ones that we haven't really covered. It's probably it for me. I think it's just you, Pav, is it?
Okay. I'll quickly mention that I finished the campaign of Destiny 2 earlier on in the week. It's still a cool game, Destiny. It became an addiction before Cuphead and all these new games came out over the last week, that I became addicted to raising the light levels. So I was just running missions, doing dailies, doing this, doing that, just to get the light level up, getting new gear, swapping it out, getting new, just constantly trying to get that light level up. I think I'm 254 now, which I'm nearly raid ready. I think raid ready is 260-ish, I think. So I'm not a million miles away, but it's becoming much more difficult to get the light at that level now. But I just love it. I love that game.
Do you reckon it surpassed the first in terms of story?
Yeah.
Cool. That's good to hear.
Yeah, really has. There's a big old epic battle at the end and what have you, and there's the music and everything. It's just cool. And of course, because it's the Halo people, one of the last levels is always a vehicle mission. I think that was quite a staple of the Halo games when Bungie were doing them. There was always a vehicle mission right towards the end, and there is in this. So that's something for you to look forward to. So that's Destiny. What else have I played? Ghost Story. Have you heard of this?
No.
Ghost Story is amazing. Ghost Story is a new sort of indie game on the Switch, and people say it combines. It's like an RPG golf game. So it has.
Oh, what are them? Now I know what you mean.
Yeah. So it's like it has like the golf that plays like Mario Golf. You know, like the old school golf games, which is a pixel arty sort of thing with you got to shoot.
This story you told me about a Eurogamer, where you have to race.
No, that's Everybody's Golf.
Oh, sorry.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
This is on the Nintendo Switch.
No, sorry.
But this is cool. This is. I like this. I like this just as much as Everybody's Golf, because it plays like an old school golf game, like a really, you have the bar that you have to power bar and you have to accuracy, get it in the right slot and what have you, and do all the, you know what I mean when I say that, don't you? With it, the shooting, the accuracy and the power and what have you. So it plays like that. But then there's like, it's an RPG. So the golf is like secondary to what's going on. This just happens to be like a golf. You're set in a world where you're trying to become a professional golfer. So you have to go and do these quests. You coach. There's a coach at the golf club, but but he won't train you. So you've got to prove yourself to the coach. So you've got to go and beat everyone that he's training to show that you're better than all the people that he's training and stuff like that. And then there's like, okay, you get into this golf club, and the golf club's not up to par, so they're not up to scratch because they've got loads of mole rats. So to get rid of the mole rats, you have to do such and such a quest, and then they need information on how to get their course looking as good as this other course. So you've got to go and spy on this other course and go and play them and do it. It's so cool. It's such a clever way. It's a really cool RPG sort of game. And then, like I say, you level up. You do the quest. You level up. You then put your points into like power, accuracy, and all this sort of thing. And then you can go to the club shop and buy some things, some like clubs, and you have to. I think one club sells frisbees because there's a disc golf part of the game as well where you have to play disc golf, like frisbee golf type thing. It's insane, and you have to look it up. It's really cool. I think that costs around a tenner, maybe a bit more, 15 quid. But it's so cool. It really is good. That was holding my attention for quite a while until Cuphead came out. But yeah, I really like it. I really do like that game. It's a nifty little game where you've got to do some RPG in, but it's not too heavy of RPG, so it's cool. So yeah, and that's about it. Oh no, hang on a minute, no.
You've got your SNES Mini. I need to hear all about this because I didn't get one this year.
You didn't get one? No.
Well, I've still not unwrapped my NES Mini, so I thought I should probably unwrap that before getting a SNES.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, finish them games first. Yeah, that's wise.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool. It felt weird having a SNES controller in my hand again. I was like, this seems strangely reminiscent. And I've not played all the games. It's got like 22 games on it.
What, you're not finished them all yet?
I've barely touched
bit sloppy.
I've played. I straight away I went, right, okay, what do I remember? What I remember of the SNES when I was a kid was Donkey Kong Country. And a lot of people saying that they don't really particularly like Donkey Kong Country. I thought it was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved that.
Yeah. It doesn't look as great as it used to, if I'm honest with you. It looks very pixely and very strange playing it on the 4K TV. It's just I'm like, wow, this kind of looks ugly. I had to put the CRT effects on it to make it look a bit better. It was weird. But yeah, I played a fair amount of that now. I don't remember it being this difficult, but this is a trope now that is becoming a real thing that where I don't remember how I must have played these games because right now I would turn these games off. Some of them I got not playing this. This is really hard.
When you were a kid, you didn't have the option to play anything else, though, did you? As a kid,
exactly.
You get your game, and you're not going to get another one for 6 months. So you just persist with it. Whereas now, if you don't like a game or a game's too hard, you play one of the other 600 you've got installed on your computer.
Yeah. I was like, I remember getting to certain levels of the minecart levels in Donkey Kong. They used to drive me crazy then, and they drove me crazy this week as well. It took me a long time to do it. And then I went to my dad's at weekend and showed him because he used to play it with me. And I did the minecart level first time, and I looked like a proper badass. But I was like, I didn't. That is pure fluke. I couldn't have done that. It took me hours the first time I did it. So there are a few. I played Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 Turbo was on there. I remember playing that. I remember getting very angry with Street Fighter 2 Turbo when I was a kid. That game came with my console. And I could not beat it for the life of me. I could always get down to Bison at the end, and I'd always get beat. And I
never knew that game had endings because I only ever played it on easy. And if you beat Bison on easy, it doesn't give you an ending. So really? It's only I didn't realise I was only ever playing it on easy particularly. I just never played it on hard. And it's surprising as an adult to see that I missed out all of the story of that game because I never actually played it properly.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think I saw this. I don't know. I might have done. I don't remember. I just remember getting very angry at it and losing my mind at the fact that because as soon as you die, I think you've got to do all the levels again. And it was so difficult. And I remember beating it and then being that excited and like, yes, jubilant, just absolutely chuffed that I'd done it. That I went and right, okay, get the manual. Like, there's a little note section at the back. I made a note when I did it, the time and the date, completed the game.
Such a loser.
I suddenly realised what the notes section at the back of the book was for. I didn't even know. I was like, I need to. This needs to be
documented.
Yeah,
I'll send this to Nintendo so they're aware.
Yeah, it's been completed. Send it in for Guinness World Records.
They'll be like, we finally got one.
Yeah.
So these are probably gone already, are they? Because I forgot how many SNES games I loved. And
yeah, I imagine so. They are kind of hard to get hold of. I imagine they said that they are planning on doing significantly more than the NES Mini. So there's a good chance they'll come back in stock at some point, but you've got to be aware when they're coming back in stock and snap them up pretty quick because they do sell out relatively fast.
How many games are on it?
22, I think. Off the top of my head, let's think. Donkey Kong. There's a Castlevania on there. I think it's 4. There is.
I feel like SimCity should be on there.
SimCity isn't on there. No.
Yeah.
SimCity is not on there. Earthbound. Star Fox 2 is on there. Brand new game.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Star Fox 2 hasn't been got canned before it came out on the SNES, so they're re-releasing that. There is Ghouls and Ghosts. What's the
Zombies Ate My Neighbours? Is that on there?
No, I
don't remember all the games that.
Yeah, that's it. No, I'm suddenly blanking on it. There is Punch Out, Super Punch Out is on there. That's incredibly difficult. I don't think I played that one. I was like, I don't know how to play this game. I'm just getting knocked out by the old man. That's the first guy game, Super Punch Out. And I was like, I don't know how to beat him. So I need to play
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct isn't on there, probably because Killer Instinct's owned by Microsoft now.
You think they'd have encouraged it, though? Do you know what I mean? It's
well, maybe. But what else is there? Contra's on there. Contra 4, is it? There's loads of games on there. F-Zero, Super Mario World. Super Mario World's on there. Super Mario World. Kart is on there. The Yoshi's Island.
F-Zero. Which I've got a list up now, and I'm looking at this thinking, Mario World, Mario Kart, F-Zero, Street Fighter, Castlevania, Donkey Kong. I had all of them. Final Fantasy 3, Pab. You missed that one. Right.
Well, that's not my cup of tea, but it's supposed to be one of the best ones, isn't it? People speak very highly of it.
Let me just double check, because it could be 3 or it could be 6.
I think it's 6. I think it's 6.
It is 6. So it is the best one.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain it's 6.
It is. I'm looking at it now.
Yes, there you go.
So if Jake's listening, which he better be, get one of these, because he was going to go out and buy 6. But if he gets this, he can have 6 and all the other stuff.
Yeah, and it has got. You can save on it. You can save the game. You can press the reset button, and it just brings a little thing. You can save where you're at. Save states are on the console now.
Oh, so, awesome!
Same as the NES had last year. You can save state on the game on the thing. So it's cool. It's cool because some games that you do that didn't have saves back in the day that were infuriating, such as Donkey Kong and stuff. I've started saving after every single level now, so I don't have to redo them all. So yeah, it's cool. I like it. How much play I'll get out of it, I don't know. We'll see how long it is until there's a lot of games coming out in a minute. But it's good just to have them there to go back to.
How much was this to buy?
70 or 80 quid, one or the other. 70 quid, I think.
Terrible. There's over 100 of them for sale on Amazon for 150 quid. 150.
Yeah. And I fleece people out of them. Yeah. And unfortunately, people are paying it. So
yeah, not surprised.
But Nintendo.
I don't blame them. Free market and all of that, but equally,
yeah, they are supposed to be getting more in, so you might want to hold out instead of doubling how much it would normally cost. So,
well, no, of course, I'm not going to do that. You know me, Pub.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, is that it for video games? Then are we moving on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Splendid. I'm scanning through the lists that you've both sent me. Sheepdog, you've watched Star Wars.
What?
Star Trek Discovery.
Same thing.
I mean to watch that. I haven't watched it yet.
3 episodes in, I don't recommend it, but I'm aware that shows usually take more than 3 episodes to get going. I feel like they made a bit of a mistake. At least depends how it goes. So I find that a lot of shows kind of kill themselves before they even get going by making a weird decision that kind of suits the plot, but they haven't really thought it through on how it actually plays out for like the viewer. So what I mean by that is the main character in this, Michael, is a woman called Michael, who's a human that was raised on Vulcan. So she's got absolutely no personality because she was raised on Vulcan, and she's very unusual because she was raised on Vulcan. But the problem with that is she's completely unrelatable because she was raised on Vulcan, and she's just a robot. She's just like really, 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 really one-dimensional. And so it's frustrating because like the first few episodes, it's just, oh, everyone thinks she's a bit odd. Oh, you know, people don't understand her or whatever. But 3 episodes in, I'm thinking, well, there's no reason to like her. There's no reason to follow it because I genuinely don't care about her because she's completely void of emotion. And it's a similar sort of thing with the characters that she has come across. A lot of them have kind of just announced their, I don't know what their story is, almost like instead of just you getting to know them over time, they're like, this happened to me and I'm really angry about it. And you're like, great, okay, so I can already see where your story is going because you've literally just announced where your story is going because it's what you want. You know, I want to be a captain, but I'm a bit weird. And you're thinking, right, so you're going to go the whole season becoming less weird and more, I don't know, captain-like. It just feels like really basic writing when Star Trek's normally much more rich and, you know, if anything, the writing's meant to be the bit that's its strongest point, and it just feels a little bit everything's telegraphed and weird. I'm finding so a lot of people moaned about the Klingons because they look different. I have no problem with that. I think they look quite cool. I'm more bothered by the fact that, again, not thinking about the viewers, they have like 7 or 8 minutes of just full-on subtitles. So if you're trying to watch it while, I don't know, just doing other stuff or whatever, you have to stop and focus really heavily on what they're talking about. And you're thinking, well, I don't really want to sit and read a like 7 or 8 minute subtitle fest of people talking in Klingon. It just doesn't seem like they've considered what people might want to watch.
Learn Klingon then. Don't be so lazy. Show a bit of respect.
This was a conversation I had. I'm a bit rusty on the old Klingon. But you get, I mean, like if I said to you, Kev, oh, you know, watch this, it's amazing, and you put it on, you'd be like, right, I'm not reading subtitles. You know,
you're forgetting the stumbling block where I'd say, sheepdog, I'm not watching Star Trek.
Yeah, no, exactly. But if this was like you woke up from a coma, forgot your rule, and put it on, you'd be like, why does anyone like Star Trek? This would not have, like, this is not going to kickstart a brand new dynasty of Star Trek being back on the telly. It's not. I just don't see it being the big kickoff that it was supposed to be.
Then I'm fully in support of it. Good work.
I'm sure you'll watch it now and make me eat my words, Pab. But
I want to watch it because everyone I spoke to about it said you need to watch it. It's amazing. So I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why, but everybody I spoke to about it, it's about 4 or 5 people, and said it's really good. Go and watch it. So I'm curious now. You made me think that I need to see which side of the fence I land on now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to hear it. I hope you like it because my reasons for not liking it are just I feel it's made a few weird wrong steps, and maybe I'm just being unreasonable. But a friend of mine keeps saying to me, he gets me watch episode 3, and I was like, I'm halfway through episode 3, and it's just nothing. And he keeps just mocking me and saying I'm being silly, but I don't know. I just. Maybe there's other stuff on that I'm enjoying more, and you know that's affected it because I watched The Thick of It. I've been watching that.
Yes,
I know it's not sci-fi, obviously, but I've got the last one to watch tonight of the series. I've been watching it on Netflix, and that is like next level TV. That's so good. I'm loving that. You know, if anyone hasn't seen that like me and just heard it was decent and knows that the fella who played Doctor Who's in it, it's a great program. But then I also had American Vandal, which I know you watched.
Yes, I've watched the first episode. I've not watched all of it yet. I've watched the first episode. started watching. I was unsure at first, but it's a bit like a mockumentary sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's a bit like the Jinx or Making a Murderer type thing, isn't it? Where it's like a crime that's happened, and they've basically proved that they've accused someone of who it is, but there's someone trying to prove it's not him. Basically,
yeah. So I started watching this thinking it's a fun sort of comedy. The advert is funny. I'll enjoy it. And the whole kind of... Have you seen the advert for this, Kev?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I've heard you say Vandal or something, but I've never even heard of it.
Yeah. So in this story, it's like it's satirical and it's a mockumentary, but it's pretending it's real, and it's it's ultra serious in terms of it doesn't. When you put it on, you're not sat there with it being a comedy trying to be happy all the time. Yeah. It's a mockumentary, a documentary about solving a crime, and the crime is that on whatever date and time, at whatever time of day, somebody sprayed 28 penises on the cars of the entire staff at a school. The CCTV footage was deleted, and a boy's been expelled because they just decided he did it based on one eyewitness testimony, a character statement from a teacher, and the boy denies him that he ever did it. He denies that he had anything to do with it. He says he's got all these alibis as to why he wasn't the person who did it, but the person who's doing a documentary wants to know who drew the dicks. That's just all they want to know about. They believe the guy might be telling the truth, and they want to get to the bottom of the mystery. And obviously every episode is like, they analyze the crime. They've got all these kind of I guess I haven't seen Making a Murderer, but I'm guessing they do a lot of forensic looking things where they'll show the layout of the building and where everyone was at different times and have the timeline, and it's a bit like Serial. It reminded me heavily of Serial. Because if we're looking at, did he have enough time to go from A to B and do this, that, and the other in between? And they come up with all these different theories. Now, as I say, episode 1, I was kind of watching it ironically almost because I just thought it was funny. By episode 2, 3, whatever, by the end of it, I was like, I just want to know who did it. I want to know who drew the dicks. It's like the mystery of the year kind of thing. And I felt like it was well worth watching. I recommend that to you, Kev. I reckon you'd enjoy that. And Anna in her CSI, career ahead, she should be watching. I'm surprised this isn't homework on her degree. But yeah, you need to get on this because it's the question everyone wants to know the answer to. Who drew the dicks, Kev?
Sounds like a lot of work. How many episodes is it?
I think
6 episodes.
6. Okay.
A half hour.
That's 3 hours. I've got 8 hours of wrestling to watch this week. How am I supposed to fit that in?
Kev, just keep thinking to yourself, who did it? Who drew the dicks?
I did.
Kevin doesn't watch TV anymore.
Well, as I say, as a CSI, you should definitely watch it.
I don't care who did it. I'm not bothered.
But, as I say, it's a lot of crime scene investigation.
I just don't care.
You would enjoy it. You would enjoy it. I promise you would enjoy it.
I just like sleep at the moment. Sleep is my friend.
There's a fantastic... there are some bits where they were definitely just doing it for comedy effect. I won't ruin it, but there are some bits where you are like, yeah, okay, that was just funny. But no, I massively recommend this. I don't think... Oh, Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Season 3.
Yeah, finale.
People are so funny with this programme. Because this season was excellent and this episode was excellent. And I really, really enjoyed it. But because in the final, after credit scene, they talk about the fact that the season's over, now you got the long wait and, blah, blah, blah. Because the character says something like, next time you see me, I might have a long old Santa beard. There's now all these people on the internet theorising they're going to release another episode at Christmas or, they're just reading into the statements made in the episode far too much.
Yeah.
you know, for a program that has not once dropped a mystery and let the people, you know, uncover it all, they've never done that. There's never been a thing to solve with this show. There seems to be a massive audience trying to solve mysteries in it. They didn't hint to the fact they were going to release an episode on April Fool's Day, did they? They just did it.
Just dropped it, yeah.
Yet people think they can predict what's going to happen. We were chatting at work whether, yeah, they're the sort of people who could just as easily drop season 4 like next week, and no one would see it coming a mile off.
They won't, but
they won't.
They could do.
I feel like they should, because this is probably the absolute fever pitch of it, and you know, if they somehow could have capitalised and released season 4 and 5 back to back now, that would see people through to like January time or whatever, and then they could go on a break. But yeah, they're not going to do that. I fear that they're going to wait a year and then bring it out, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh yeah, this is good," and it's not going to have quite the hype it has at the moment. But sites like QWERTY seem to have Rick and Morty t-shirts every bloody day at the moment. And I know Kev was annoyed that everywhere he goes, they're selling Rick and Morty stuff. But it is at its fever level. I don't think it can get any more hyped, especially now it's not on.
I just don't.
So it does seem like...
I don't understand.
Have you watched it?
I've watched the first episode and don't get it.
Everyone, apparently, again, I don't want to be like this, but everyone says it takes 3 to get into. And,
well, I'm not going to give it 3. It needs to hook me in the first one.
I didn't find that. I enjoyed it from the first one. But, yeah, everyone kept telling, because, like, when I said Claire doesn't particularly like it, everyone was like, well, tell her to watch the first 3. But you can't really say to someone, devote an hour and a half to this, can you? It's not reasonable.
Exactly. If they can't do a good first episode, then they don't deserve my business. I will take my merchandise spend elsewhere.
I tried to show Claire the episode I thought would be the most, as her first one, the most, I don't know, hooking. And it didn't really work, because I realised afterwards you kind of needed to know the characters a little bit for the episode to really have an impact. So yeah, I don't really know what to suggest for you. It's a bit like when my brother-in-law showed me, he selected 3 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, put them on over the course of like 3 or 4 visits. He didn't show me them all in one night. He just showed me one, then another one, then another one. And then I went back and watched the whole, 12 seasons or whatever myself. And I guess that's the kind of thing you'd need. You can't have it just put on in front of you and be made to watch it. You'd have to just see it by osmosis for a little bit, I guess.
I'm not that desperate to like it. I'm sure I can live in a world without it. It's good that most QWERTY t-shirts at the moment aren't ones I'd be interested in buying. It's saving me money. It's good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to buy them because I feel like it's very much a time and a place thing. One of my colleagues has got a Rick tattoo the other day, and I said to her, like, are you seriously? Like, it does look cool, but at the same time, it's like, you wouldn't, like, someone at work said to her, you wouldn't have got Ned Flanders tattooed on yourself 15 years ago. You know,
and it's nowhere near at the level of The Simpsons either. It would be like having Ren and Stimpy on you. It's that kind of level. It's not The Simpsons. It's if I mentioned it to my dad, he would have never have heard of it. It's not a cultural phenomenon. It's a nerd thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. I see what you're saying.
It's nowhere near Ned Flanders level.
No, you're right. To be fair, 15 years ago, The Simpsons would have been like in bloody season 7. I think the statement he was trying to make was season 3 of The Simpsons, you wouldn't have got a tattoo of it. And at that point, it wouldn't have been a cultural reference. It would have been a new show that people quite liked. I guess 15 years ago, it was at fever pitch already. And yeah, Rick and Morty, I don't think Rick and Morty will be as big as it is now in 10 years. I mean, she just basically responded with, I don't really expect to have it by the time I'm 40. They'll just be lasered off and whatever.
What?
She just doesn't care. She's like, yeah, I
don't think she realises that's how it works. It doesn't always, lasering isn't always a solution. It doesn't work 100%. It just fades it.
she's basically betting that in the next 17 years they'll develop a way that she can just kind of hit the reset button whenever she wants.
Okay.
I've said to her, I'm not getting any tattoos because I fully expect everyone to be wearing augmented reality glasses in the next 10 years, and I'll just make everyone think I'm an actual sheepdog or something. I won't need tattoos because they'll just look at me and they'll just see an avatar, and I can just change that at will, and I'll be the clever one who didn't ink himself. Got it all planned out.
Any more TV or movies that have been watched before we move into the wonderful world of comics?
So Despicable Me 3, which I thought was going to be like the, oh great, they've rounded it off with a turd, but no, it's actually really good. I just went into it so pessimistic, and it lived up to the hype of the other two. It's a great film. I don't know if either of you have seen it, but yeah, that's a great trilogy.
No, but Anna's getting ready to go to the crime convention that's in it, so she's got to watch it again to revise.
Oh yeah, I forgot we spoke about that. Yeah. Cool.
Are we moving on to comics then?
Sure.
Anna, are you sticking around for the last 10 minutes, or are you departing now?
No, I need my headphones are dead, and now I'm playing the game in silence, and it's got God. So
okay, let's say goodbye to Anna then. Anna, where can people find you on the internet? What are you on Twitter?
On everything. I'm Mr. Lose you on Twitter. You'll find me. Just follow through Kevin. I'll be around. That's normally what happens. I'm there.
Splendid. Bye, Anna.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Right, boys and girls. When we were in Birmingham, we went to a comic book shop, and they had a discount on DC female lead trade paperbacks. So I purchased Wonder Woman Part 3, The Truth. This is pretty much where I got to when I was reading weekly last year. I read the first sort of 12 issues and then stopped. So I got to the end of The Lies, plus the present-day storyline. I can't remember what that was called. Plus the origin story, whatever that was called. Yeah. But this follow-up to that, I hadn't read any of it. It is absolutely outstanding. This Wonder Woman run is... I've read a lot of Wonder Woman over the last 2 or 3 years, and this current run, the Lies followed by the Truth, even ignoring the origin story nonsense, which is good in itself, but it's just not on the same level as this. This run, trade paperback 1, trade paperback 3, they're just so good. Just read them. If you haven't read them, read them. If you don't read comics, read them. If you're mildly interested in the Wonder Woman character, because there was a movie out this year, read these as your jumping on point to everything. They tell you everything you need to know about what this character is, what she stands for, how she's supposed to work, what she's like when she's written well. It's just absolutely brilliant. If they'd have done this 12-issue story arc as the movie, it would have been the best superhero movie ever made. It's just been absolutely spot on. Must read Wonder Woman because it's so good. And that's all I had. That's it. That's the only comic I've read for the last month because I've bought lots of others and none of them could come close. And I can't bring myself to sully my memory of that one by reading an inferior comic.
Excellent. I need to go back and catch up with her. I still tried to maintain the whole read them all, and then ended up just only reading Superman and Action Comics. So I do have a lot of catching up to do. But it sounds like a good place to start then.
It's the only place to start, not just a good place to start.
I'm still trying to catch up with your recommendations from probably 6 months ago. I've just read the first 6 Giant Days comics.
Finally!
Yeah, they are brilliant. I really enjoy them. They're nothing like I thought they were going to be. I know you'd said time and time again it was literally about 3 girls at uni. It is exactly like my experience of uni the first time I went.
I firmly believe if we had ever written a comic back when we were writing stuff, this is the comic we would have written. I think this is right. This is right pitched at the kind of nonsense that we like.
Yeah, definitely. I do think. I wonder how you would have really been able. I suppose it's not too hard to tap into a lot of the student cliches, but you never really had that. Living in the halls with a bunch of people you had nothing in common with, sort of thing, and the weird people you bump into and the awkwardnesses. But
that's everyday life for me, bumping into weird people and being awkward. That's just me going to Tesco.
Yeah, I suppose you're that. I forget her name. The girl with the glasses. You're probably a her, really, aren't you? Just
I don't mix well with others.
Being caught with your napkin fetish or whatever it was.
Yeah. I love it. I love a napkin.
But no, it is really fun. And this is completely irrelevant, and it's not really a review, but I got the green light for reading it in bed because my wife likes when I read it because the light from the iPad lights up the room just enough for her to sort the baby out without waking him, so I get to sit there and read it for even longer, whereas any other comic is too dark or too whatever. This one's the perfect colour, apparently.
Wow.
It was commented on at I don't know, 2 a.m. the other day when I was just sat there reading because I couldn't sleep, and she was like, "Oh, keep that on," and I'm like, "I want to go to sleep," and she's like, "No, just read one more." So I thought, well, that's
it is very colourful.
For anyone out there with a young baby, anyone out there thinking, what do I do when my wife's feeding the baby at 2 a.m? Just get Giant Days out, sorted. All your problems will be solved.
Or either sleep or sort the baby and let her sleep.
No, it's all about the mother-baby bond, isn't it? And anyway, I can't breastfeed the baby, Kev. Are you listening?
I suggest you probably could if you gave it a good go.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna try. Something tells me it's a moot point.
How much would we have to pay you for you to try? I want you to have a go.
No,
I want to hear your feedback on what it's like.
The thing was, just then I was accepting you should probably pitch in, and then it occurred to me that pitching in would be the worst thing I could do. If she woke up and I was like, "It's all right, darling, I've got this," and I was just breastfeeding, she'd just be like, "Get out, get out of my house! What are you doing?" I'd be in prison. So, yeah, no, thank you.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm not listening to your advice. It only
just
ends up
milk her while she sleeps and then give the baby that. Problem solved.
Apparently that doesn't work. Our boobs will explode.
Have you tried?
No, because she told me they'd explode. You're not listening.
I'm not interested in your nonsense. I want factual proof. I want to hear how you've learnt from experience. I don't want to hear her boobs might explode. I want to hear that they did explode or they didn't explode. Come to me with
what
experience.
If one explodes, she's got to walk around with a wooden tit. That's what happens to wooden tit women.
That's the price worth paying for science, because then you'll know. And you can be the cautionary tale. You could be on Channel 4 10 to 9 in the morning between Everybody Loves Raymond and Frasier, telling people, whatever you do, don't milk your wife while she sleeps. This is what happens.
I have enough cautionary tales. I've convinced my son that if he doesn't get out of the bath when I tell him, he'll get sucked down the bath because it happened to someone I used to know. And then I start screaming, and I was that man.
It happened to your older brother.
I was trying to make him scared of the plug hole, but I don't really know to what end. I'm just doing it because it was fun.
You got to instill a bit of irrational fear in kids. It's healthy for them.
Yeah, especially him. He's just, he's a feisty one.
Pab, what have you been reading?
Anyway, comics, yeah. I have read Volume 1. Volume 1? Yeah, Volume 1 of Shade the Changing Girl.
Have you, by
Now,
golly?
you vaguely know this, don't you, Kev?
Know of it.
Yeah.
I haven't read it.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I'll give you that. It's a strange old comic. It's basically there's like an alien world and our world, and the there's like a couple of aliens in this like museum, like there's their security at this museum, and one of them decides to put the madness jacket on, and it's just like this. It makes everything go like crazy colours and whatever, yeah, and it transports this alien to Earth, and you gets put into the head of a girl who's basically brain dead in a coma, from some sort of swimming accident, and then she basically becomes this girl, and then this crazy escapades go on from how this girl now wakes up and is having to live this life, but she's also in a foreign world, not knowing what's going on. It's weird. I'll get it. It's just very strange, but I kind of felt myself enjoying it. It forces it. Basically, the girl is hated in everywhere. Everyone hates this girl because she's just basically a bully, and so everyone hates her. So the alien who's in her head now has to basically turn everyone round on her. But also in the meantime, the girl's conscience is out in the ether and trying to find a way back to her body, and there is a big old battle towards the end of the volume where the girl is trying to get back into her body. It's cool. There's some cool scenes in it, but it's just strange and very trippy and very, very colourful. And I liked it, but I don't know. I'm just on a DC's young animal kick, and every time I see one that's out, I go, I'll pick that up. And they all seem all right, but just very strange and different and nothing I'm expecting. I'm finding out with all of the DC young animal ones. I just don't know. There's an alternate brand, aren't they? Really, of DC. And I kind of like that they're doing. I like that they've been given the freedom to do that. I really do. Because there's nothing really else out there like that. I mean, they're taking chances and doing stuff that shouldn't work. Kind of does. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Whether I'll pick any more up, I don't know. It kind of ends at a certain point at the end of the book. So he's like, well, that's that arc done. So I don't know. We'll see. What else have I read? Exo Manowar. I mentioned this. I got this as a free comic book day. Issue 1 or a free comic book version of this. Yeah. It's by Valiant Comics. And it's really cool. It is a really cool book. It's basically this chap, what's his name? Arik of Dacia. It's like a car. That is a car, isn't it? Dacia. Arik of Dacia, this guy who's basically who's a human who's gone to this other planet because the Earth's gone now. And he's basically a farmer. He wants a simple life. He was on Earth. He was a big old military guy, like Navy SEAL type, like a big old SAS type person. And he wants a simple life. And the army of this planet just turns up to him and goes, right, you're fighting for us now. You don't know who he is. They're just going, we need as many men as we can get. You can be the meat shield at the front. You're coming with us now. You've been enlisted. So he has to go. They don't know who he is. And he basically goes and more or less one-mans this entire war through this book, realising that each step, they're just sending this guy to death every single time. Every single time he completes his mission, they send him on another suicide mission, and he does it. And it's just really cool. I don't know how many books in the series there is. I imagine there's probably a few more, but this is only volume 1. And I was kind of gutted when it ended. I was like, I want to know what happens next. So I'm kind of probably going to carry on reading this one. It's cool. It's got some cool aliens in it, some cool like weapons and stuff like that. And he's also only got one hand as well. He's got a hook, like a grappling hook, like fire on the other hand. It's kind of cool. I liked it. It was interesting. It was a success story from Free Comic Book Day. That's why I like Free Comic Book Day, because it gives you put all sorts out there, and not all of it sticks, but some of it will. And that one did for me. Last one for me. While we were in Birmingham, you mentioned it. I bought Chrononauts from Mark Miller. You've not heard of this, have you, Kev? Or
I
have
hadn't at the time. You mentioned it to me while we were there, though.
Yeah, it's only a short book. It's like 4 issues. That's it. It only got 4 issues, I think. But this is absolutely brilliant. This is so cool. This is basically two guys that they've invented time travel, what they want to do is observe things. This is super future, and they want to observe the past, like historically, for historical purposes. So they want to go back, videos, like film stuff, like Columbus and the founding of certain things, and They want to document things for purposes. And the first issue, the guys they invent all these. They basically suits. There was initially like a time machine they built, and then they harnessed it down to like made it smaller and smaller, basically into a suit that can just time travel. And wherever you go in, like you go in a car, it'll come with you. You go in whatever you go with, it'll come with you. And one of the guys goes through first, and something goes wrong. And he gets pinged off to this far time, and they don't know where he's going because he's planned to go to such a place, and he goes somewhere else. So his teammate has to go in after him to find him, to find out that he's been pinging around the world, pinging around time, doing what he wants. Basically, like saying, "I have a crappy life now. I'm gonna have fun with what I've got here now and do what I want." So then his teammate, he's convinced to do the same thing. He's like, "Come on, man." He's like, yeah, okay then. So they go off and just do some crazy capers and what have you. Just like owning stuff like, and there's also like in the 1500s he brings a helicopter back and he takes over this entire country. And everywhere he goes, he's like the king of everywhere because he can do basically anything. He's got like there's one point he goes to a casino and he waves to himself up the top. The guys up top to himself the time he's taking all the numbers down. And then he's betting all the right numbers down at the casino. It's cool. There's some cool things. But then the guys, the headquarters, have basically sent a security team in, like a SEAL Team 6, in to go and get him out of the time. And it ends all. There's like a big old fight and what have you, and there's like a resolution to it all. And it's a cool book. It really is a cool book, and I can see why. There's a woman in the shop said they're supposed to be making a TV show of this, aren't they? I said I haven't got a clue. I just got recommended it from someone, so I can see why this would be recommended for a TV show because I can imagine where they'd go with it and stuff like that, and where they'd take it. Because I don't know. I think it got cancelled or it was only a limited run anyway. But I can see them doing a lot of stuff with this. You can do all sorts with time, can't you? So, but it's cool. It's cool. It's by Mark Miller, who's made umpteen different things such as Kick-Ass and Kingsman and many other things such as that. So it's a really cool book. I like that one. It's like I say, it's 4 issues, so it's not massively long. So yeah, good.
Splendid. I think that's it. I think we're done, which is marvellous.
Yeah.
I should probably make you all aware that if you would like to follow us on Twitter, that's the thing that's possible to do. And you can do that by following us at MGUK Podcast, or you can follow me at Lalujo.
And you can follow me at RB6K.
And I'm at Pab1986.
You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MatureGamerPodcast. Or you can check out Kev's YouTube shenanigans by going to lalujo.fm. And that links off to both channels. And they're both great.
You can also find my stuff at sheepdogrights.com. And yeah, there's like 70 or 80 articles on there now. So rather than reading all the comics we just talked about, go and read that.
Yeah.
It's free.
Which is my favourite price for things like that.
Definitely. And yeah, I come up with some interesting stuff on there, I hope. People would let me know if I didn't, I assume.
Indeed. See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Thanks for listening, folks.